Hey guys, I'm Jared Nickel, the Executive Director for ProjectCoe.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Slimline PlayStation 2. This is the Japanese release, as you can tell by looking at the box art here. Fancy schmancy. Notice how there's no games on this, and that's because this was released back in 2004. This was the second PlayStation 2, okay, that's actually a lie. There were tons of PlayStation 2 different variations, but this was the first radically different PlayStation 2. This is the front of the machine. You could either stand it up like this, you could go and buy a little base that connected into these little pins here, or you could lie it down. That's pretty well what I did. I cannot recommend this enough. This is one of the best consoles ever designed, ever developed for, actually. The reason why I can't recommend this enough is because the PlayStation 3 has lost backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 2, meaning going forward, I don't know if the PlayStation 4 will allow PlayStation 2 playback, or even PlayStation 3 playback for that matter. And considering the size of this, if I take a standard PlayStation 3 controller here, and I just show you, you can see that's how basically wide the machine is. And if I put it like this, it's about 1.5 controllers deep. And in terms of thinness, well, I mean, look at this. Your controller is way thicker than this. It's actually a couple of DVDs. I think it's like 2 DVD cases or 3 DVD cases big. No, it's 2. So quick overview of the platform. This is the front. This little PlayStation logo turns around, so when you want to stand it up like that, just like the other model, the original model. We have an eject button here, opens it up, very fancy. We have the 2 controller ports, we also have the 2 memory card ports, and there are 2 USB ports, and these are primarily used for things like the iToy. Nothing too fancy on top. Like I said, on the bottom I call these pins, but they're actually holes for that stand that you can go and purchase. And then on the back, this is where we have some impressive stuff. This is actually an Ethernet port, which makes a big difference considering the original had an expansion bay where you could put in a hard drive, and you could also put in the modem. So that's important. This was built right into it. We also have optical digital out, and we also have the standard PlayStation audio video out, and then of course the little power adapter. For those wondering, this right here is actually an infrared, what would you call that? An infrared port, I guess you want to call it that, or a sensor, which was used for the PlayStation 2 DVD remote control that a few people bought, including myself. Now what's so cool about this is that the actual guts of the machine are actually like right here and around. And the reason why they were able to make this so small is because it comes with an external battery supply. Power supply, sorry about that. So you have one of these funky looking things. Whatever. What I really liked about this particular model, the size, the shape, it's really nice looking. I mean, take a really good look at this. Oh, and my personal favorite, look very carefully. I don't know if you can make it out here. Probably not, eh? Oh, there you go. There you go. Look at that. DTS, Dolby Digital, and it plays DVDs. DVDs. That's awesome. Came with one of these right here. I actually purchased 2 of them because I just love this so much. I'll talk a little bit more in depth about the DualShock 2 in a separate review, but I mean it's your typical PlayStation controller. There's a DualShock 2, and there's the DualShock 3. Virtually nothing has changed. But again, I'll touch base on that later on. What I did like with this was the fact that you got a lot of different cord and what have you. It was pretty sweet. I missed the days of getting 2 controllers, plus a game, plus everything else. And let's not forget, you also needed one of these. Gotta love memory cards. You know what's sweet about this? I picked this up in 2004 and all my saved data is still on this. Can't believe it. I just found this. Who would have thought that it was actually with my Japanese PlayStation 2? And it just goes in like that. And then you put in your controller like that, and there you go. You guys remember this stuff? Before the age of wireless. Pretty sweet. So that is the Slimline PlayStation 2. Very nice, very nice. I know I'm not going to lick the machine like some people do. It's kind of sick and twisted on many levels. So, can't recommend this enough. You should most certainly go out there and pick up a Slimline PlayStation 2. Obviously the North American version would be slightly cheaper than picking up one of these Japanese ones. Truly worthwhile machine, and like I said before, considering the fact that we don't know the future of Sony's backwards compatibility plans, this is your safest bet to play PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games. Now before I sign off, I know there's going to be a few people who are going to complain about one aspect of this machine, which is the lack of an expansion bay and therefore the lack of a hard drive port or bay or whatever. And to those people, you can go back and play your Final Fantasy XI, because honestly, I think there were something like 4 games or 5 games that actually made use of it. It just wasn't worthwhile, and Sony made the right call in making the Slimline PlayStation 2. Like I said, you can go out and get one of the last models ever released for the Phat PlayStation 2 if that is truly a problem for you. For everyone else, PlayStation 2 Slimline is where it's at. Thank you for watching. Take care.